Press conference right now at Centerpoint Medical Center. Let's listen in really quickly.
Sorry, I was prepared until 30 seconds.
No worries. Thank you all for being here. All right. I'm Adam Dustman, the Chief of Police for the Independence, Missouri Police Department. This afternoon, at approximately 1:09 p.m., officers responded to the 1100 block of North Elsie Smith Road to a report of shots fired. Upon arrival, as you might expect, our officers performed heroically. They found a male down at the address and immediately went in to render aid and extract the victim that they found. Upon doing so, they were met with gunfire, and I am very tragically sorry to report that in the process we lost another one of our own. Officer Cody Allen served this community not once but twice. As an Independence police officer, he is a hero, and unfortunately he lost his life today serving this community. Additionally, officers that responded, 2 additional officers took gunshot rounds, one of which underwent surgery and is recovering and expected to make a full recovery. The other suffered minor injuries and is also expected to make a full recovery. Sadly, the call that initiated involved a civil process server from the Jackson County Circuit Court, and Drexel Mack also received fatal wounds and is deceased as a result of this incident. Our thoughts and prayers are with all of the families and this entire community that has been devastated again by this senseless tragedy. I want to express my heartfelt and sincere appreciation and pride in the men and women of our entire Metro law enforcement community that responded without hesitation and assisted us not only in extracting our wounded officers and Mr. Mack, but also in handling the rest of the call and the calls for service in our city. I want to acknowledge the many law enforcement agencies that have reached out to me and our department in our time of grief, which has been all too soon for us. I want to acknowledge our city manager, Zach Walker, and our entire city staff who stands with us, and letting them know that their support is very much appreciated and needed now more than ever. As I told our department and the law enforcement personnel that were gathered, while you never prepare for things like this, we will get through this through the strength and support from our community and those around us in the law enforcement and emergency services profession. We have a long several days, weeks to come. Our thoughts and prayers are with Officer Allen's family, loved ones, friends, but I do not want it to be lost on anyone that Officer Allen is a hero. He did exactly what the men and women of law enforcement are called to do day in and day out. And I could not be more proud of him and his service to this community. I'm going to turn it over to our presiding judge for the 16th Judicial Circuit in Jackson County, Judge Jalila Otto, to give a brief statement, and then I'll take some questions.
Good afternoon. My name is Jalila Otto with the 16th Judicial Circuit Court. It is with a very, very heavy heart that we lost one of our own, Drexel Mack, simply doing his job, serving eviction papers, and he took a gunfire and he lost his life. He's been with the court for over 12 years. What he does is integral to the work that we do in Jackson County. He's a true public servant, and he lost his life doing his job today. We are devastated for the loss that we as a court have suffered. We are so grateful for Independence police officers being there as quickly as they could be and providing the services that they can provide. Our thoughts and prayers are with Mr. Mack and his family, our entire court family, the Independence police officers, and our greater community. Please keep us all in your thoughts and your prayers. We are trying to do our best as civil servants every day, and this has been a very, very difficult day. But thank you, Chief.
I'll take some questions.
We saw an ambulance that was towed out of here on a flatbed. Is that part of the investigation or was that
Mechanical failure.
mechanical failure?
Yep.
Okay. We had gotten a tip that a 69-year-old man had been taken here with the intent of going to a different hospital and that he'd been shot in the arm. Is that person who is responsible for certification?
So I'm not going to get into specifics. The Missouri State Highway Patrol is running the investigation, but I can tell you that we do have one suspect in custody. That is the only suspect at this time, but I'm not going to speak to the incident or anything surrounding his injuries. I would rather focus on Officer Allen and his heroic actions and let that be the story rather than what somebody did or didn't do.
Can you tell us about Officer Allen, how long he served, the different departments?
Sure. He's actually served in several departments, first in Grandview, and then he came to us for several years. He is 35 years old, was 35 years old. Knowing Officer Allen, he took a job in the private sector to try something different and realized, like so many of us, that this is ingrained in who you are. So he answered that call to come back to Independence, and that's not lost on me. I could not be more proud of him, and this community could not be more proud of him.
When was that? When did he come back?
He's been back now for about 2 years.
Does he have any family, a wife, children, parents?
Both, all of the above. So he has a wife, parents, and 2 small children, and so we just ask for privacy for them. Obviously, the days and weeks ahead, years ahead, a lifetime's worth. You don't ever fill that void. So we will stand with them. They have a very strong family support system to surround them. And we will be there. We will get through this. But as you can imagine, today is an absolutely devastating day.
You told us he was a 2-time officer. Can you kind of maybe tell us a little bit more about who he was as a person, what he was like to work with, and that stuff?
He always had a smile. He was the guy that when you go on a call, you knew he was going to be there. He could diffuse things in a moment's notice. He was right there to back you up. The beard that he grew, we always gave him some grief for in his return, but always had that smile. He is one of a kind. He is a human being among human beings.
And then when he did come back to serve for the second time with Independence, just as the chief, did he maybe tell you that there was a reason for that, or he's really motivated to come back?
It was just that he missed it. Again, this is more than just a job. This is a life. It is a calling. You don't raise your hand and go towards danger when others typically run away without something that is ingrained in your spirit and who you are as a person. And he was that person. He was that spirit, and so he missed it. And I was very proud and excited when he came back to serve.
Difficult to lose an officer, just unimaginable. We've lost now 2, I think, in just over 2 years. How do you get through that?
So 3, this is our 3rd. We had 2, Blaze Madrid Evans and Sergeant Bullard there in 21. I don't know. I don't know that I know the answer to that question. I don't know how you get through this. I told our staff this is something that should never become normal, should never become routine. I don't know. We're broken. I'll just be very candid. We're a broken family, but as any other family, we will surround each other and lift each other up. I know our brothers and sisters throughout emergency services will do the same and be there for us. And we will get back to serving our community because that's what we're called to do.
There's a vigil scheduled for tomorrow. People have emailed, so they want to do something. How can people help? What can people do? So many people are feeling it today.
We will put out more information tomorrow for sure as we absorb this loss and find out some more logistics. We will be putting that out to you and to the community Right now, we're just still in a state of shock and trying to deal with the immediate aftermath here. But we will put those out. Right now, I would just ask for prayers. Prayers and well wishes for Drexel Mack and his family, Officer Allen and his family, our 2 officers that are still recovering, and all of our police family.
Judge Otto, are you able to tell us a little bit more about Drexel Mack, kind of who he was, and a little bit more about his family circumstances? Or whatever?
He is, I think, 43 years old, maybe 42, has been with the court for over 12 years. He has a fiance who lives here in the local area and some family here, but also some family down in Florida. So he's got family in both places, some adult children as well.
With a eviction notice like this comes to mind, someone gets behind on rent so long, the landlord tells them it's time to go. Kind of take us through the process. Is this just a normal everyday thing? I mean,
So that's one thing we're looking into. There's lots of different eviction notices that come out. Some are for rent, some are for delinquent land tax, where property has been sold on the courthouse steps. There's lots of different ways that a notice like this can be sent. So we're looking into that to see exactly what kind of case this is and exactly how it came to be that this happened today.
is this the first time this has ever happened
That I'm aware of it in recent times, that a civil process officer has been killed in the line of duty. That I'm aware of. Yes.
Can you speak to the emotions maybe at your workplace today? Like how are people doing with this?
It's very difficult, very difficult. Again, everyone in the building, the courthouse is there because that is where they want to be as public servants, to try and just make Jackson County as best as they can do it. And Drexel has been a fixture there for over a decade. He's beloved by many, kind, and a hard worker. So we're still fighting through it. We're still informing all of our staff. As I tell people, if you need help, reach out. We have help. We have assistance. We have over 700 employees. This is going to affect us very much in the next few weeks and months. Thank you.
Thank you all.